students, a very warm welcome to last week's current affair analysis. Hope you all are busy doing your preparations for exams, so let's not waste any more time and quickly start up with today's class. Today we are going to discuss 6 important questions from sports, 5 places that were in news and are important for your exams, 3 books that were launched, 3 questions from science and technology, 6 of important personality, the who's who from last week, 3 awards that were distributed, 3 questions from defense and 6 questions from miscellaneous category. So let's quickly start up with our first category, sports, and the question number 1 from sports is, which medal has Indian weightlifter Preeti Samita Bohi won in the 3rd Asian Youth Games 2025? So as I always tell you, you do not just have to know the answer to the question, you have to revise your static GK questions along with it, so that when we are talking of the 3rd Asian Youth Games, you have to know where the games were organized. They were organized in Manama, Bahrain. Which international body governs the event, and where were the first games held? So all these questions you have to do along with the current affairs questions. So let's know the answer to the question first. The medal that Indian weightlifter Preeti Smita Boy won in the Asian Youth Games is the gold medal. She won the gold medal. She achieved this victory in 44 kg weight category by lifting a total of 158 kg. Her performance was remarkable. She not only secured the top position on the podium, students, she also set new Asian and world records. Yes, along with winning the gold for India, she has set the records at Asian and world both levels in the clean and jerk category by lifting 92 kgs of weight. So as I told you, the other important questions associated with the Asian Youth Games, where were the first Asian Youth Games held? So the first Asian Youth Games were held in Singapore in the year 2009. And the weightlifting championships, any of the weightlifting championships are organized by, I've told you in previous classes many times, are organized by International Weightlifting Federation. And why is it important, the championship in the year 2025? Because Indian weightlifter Preeti Smita Boy won the gold medal for country and also set new records. The second question is, which medal has Indian junior men's hockey team won in the Sultan Johar Cup 2025? So the India junior men's hockey team won silver medal. Yes, we won the silver medal in Sultan Johar Cup. Australia defeated India here. The team headed by Harmanpreet Singh, the captain of Indian men's hockey team. Students, although India lost Sultan Johar Cup to Australia and won only the silver medal, but India is previously the champion of the cup in the year 2013 and 2014. So Indian men's hockey team won the Sultan Johar Cup in year 2013 and 2014. This year we could only grab the silver medal. And third question is, who won the title of Under 20 FIFA Football World Cup 2025? So the 24th edition of Under 20 FIFA World Cup, which featured 24 teams and was held in Chile, Morocco won its first ever FIFA tournament. Yes, Morocco was the winner of Under 20 FIFA Football World Cup 2025, and it was for the first time that Morocco won the championship. Now, here I want you to answer another question. Which country has won the most FIFA Under 20 World Cup titles? who has set up this record of winning it the maximum number of times. And it's the team Argentina that has won the Under 20 FIFA World Cup 6 times. And that is the maximum number a team has won the cup. Moving on to next question. Who became the first Indian women archer? The first Indian woman archer to win a medal in the Archery World Cup 2025. And the first Indian women archer to win the medal is Jyoti Surekha in the Archery World Cup 2025. And where was the Archery World Cup 2025 organized? It was organized in Nanjing, China. Jyoti Surekha became the first Indian archer to win an individual medal. The medal that she won is the bronze medal. And she won the first Indian woman to win a medal in the Archery World Cup. Jyoti Surekha. Moving on to next question. Sophie Devine. Sophie Devine has retired from one-day international cricket. Which country's player is she? Sophie Devine, who's retired from one-day international cricket, is from New Zealand. So, Sophie Devine, students, is a New Zealand sportswoman primarily known for her career in cricket, where she was a dominant all-rounder till she played. She represented New Zealand national women's cricket team, the team that is also known as White Ferns. She was the captain, a full-time captain of White Ferns starting from July 2020. She led her team to win a bronze medal at 2022 Commonwealth Games and 2024 ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Both these championships, the team White Ferns won under her captaincy. Apart from the team, she has records in her name as well. She holds the record for fastest ever 50 in Women's T20 International, which is the fastest record. She made these 50 runs from 18 balls. She was also the first cricketer, male or female, to make 6 consecutive 50s or more in T20 international cricket. So Devine retired from one-day international cricket last month, in the ICC Women's World Cup, where she played her 159th final ODI match. The match after which she retired was the 159th match of her international career. Before devoting herself to cricket, she was also a hockey player. She also represented New Zealand in hockey as a member of New Zealand women's national field hockey team that is also known as Black Sticks Women. So Sophie Devine is a accomplished New Zealand sportswoman represented the team White Ferns. And the last question from sports is, who won the Japan Open 2025 women's title? Belinda Bencic, the Swiss tennis player, won Japan Open 2025 women's title. She defeated Linda Noskova from Czech Republic to win her 10th World Tennis Association title of her career. This was her 10th World Tennis Association title. Now moving on to the next category of important personalities. The question number 1 is, Who became the first women cricketer to be appointed president of the Indian Cricketers Association? So the first important personality that we are discussing today is also from sports, and the correct answer is Shanta Rangaswamy. Shanta Rangaswamy is the first women cricketer to be appointed president of the Indian Cricketers Association. And this is not her only first. She is a super important and famous person who really helped start and grow women's cricket in India. She is a pioneer's first. She was the first captain. She was the first captain to win. She was the first woman to score a century, women cricketer, and she was the first women cricketer recipient of Arjun Award. Let's discuss her firsts in detail. One being she being the first women cricketer to be appointed as president of the Indian Cricketers Association. She was the very first captain of Indian women's cricket team, leading their first international test match in 1976. Yes, the Indian women cricket team played their first international test match in the year 1976. She was the first captain to win. Under her leadership, India women's cricket team won its first ever test match later on in the same year, 1976. She was also the first Indian woman to score 100 runs in a test match against New Zealand in the year 1977. And she was the first ever Indian women cricketer to receive the biggest honor for a sports person, that is Arjun Award. And in which year did she win the Arjun Award? She won it in the year 1976. The second personality we will discuss is who became the first Indian to be appointed as the chairperson of WIPO Advisory Board. WIPO, that is the World Intellectual Property Organization. So WIPO has a few advisory bodies like Advisory Board for the WIPO Voluntary Fund and WIPO Independent Advisory Oversight Committee. But here in this question, we are talking about the WIPO Advisory Board of Judges. The WIPO Advisory Board of Judges is a specialized agency of United Nations which has its headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. And it is important, this committee is particularly important because it is for the first time an Indian is appointed as the chairperson here. So Justice Pratibha M. Singh, judge from the High Court, Delhi, is appointed as the chairperson for WIPO advisory boards for a 2-year term starting from 2025 to 2027. This board, the WIPO Advisory Board of Judges, consists of many international experts, including High Court judges from various countries. Now, what does this board do? It tries to encourage the creative activity and to promote the protection of intellectual property throughout the world. Intellectual property. In case you are wondering what is exactly intellectual property, it is the creations of your mind. So this body tries to protect exclusive rights of creator to control how their creation is going to be used for a certain amount of time. So intellectual property basically means creations of your mind that the law allows you to own. Just like you own a physical piece of property like a house or a car, same way you own your ideas, your creations, your inventions, logos, symbols to distinguish your products and your companies. So it's the first time any Indian is appointed as the chairperson of WIPO Advisory Board of Judges, and that first Indian is Justice Pratibha M. Singh from Delhi High Court. So the third personality is, which Indian has been appointed as the torchbearer for Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics? So, students, Olympic Games have multiple torchbearers who carry the flame during the Olympic torch relay leading up to the opening ceremony. So, the most significant name that we need to know, that you need to know for your exams, is India's Abhinav Bindra. Abhinav Bindra is the one who got India's first individual Olympic gold medal in shooting, and he is selected as one of the official torchbearers for Milano Cortina 2026 Olympic Torch Relay, which is indeed a major recognition for his contribution to the global sport. As you can see, he won the gold medal in 10-meter air rifle shooting event at Beijing in 2008. The next question is, what rank was conferred upon Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra by the Indian Army? So the javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra, an Olympic gold medalist, holds the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel with Indian Army's Territorial Army. Neeraj Chopra is associated with the Rajputana Rifles, and he has an interesting journey with India's Territorial Army. He joined Indian Army as Naib Subedar, a junior commissioned officer, following his gold medal win at IAAF World Under-20 Championships. For winning that Under-20 championship, he was given the rank of Naib Subedar. Then he had subsequent promotions to acknowledge his excellent and historic achievement of Olympic gold medal. He was promoted to the rank of Subedar and later on to Subedar Major. Now giving him the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel is the acknowledgement of his achievements, and it places him in a group of elite sports personalities who have similarly been honored by Indian Army for bringing medals and glory for the nation. So Neeraj Chopra has recently been given the rank of Lieutenant Colonel by Indian Army. Sane Takaichi has become the first female prime minister of which country? So Sane Takaichi is the first female prime minister of Japan. Japan has its first female prime minister from the Liberal Democratic Party, that's Sane Takaichi. Piyush Pandey, the father of Indian advertising world. Yes, he is rightly called as the father of Indian advertising world. He just recently passed away. In which year was he honored with the Padma Shri? He was honored with Padma Shri in the year 2016. Piyush Pandey won the Padma Shri in year 2016, and as I said, he is rightly called as the father of Indian advertising industry because some of the most remembered, most loved jingles were written by him, like for the brands like Fevicol, Cadbury, Asian Paints, Hutch, and also Indian government's Pulse Polio campaigns. Tagline "Two drops of life, do boon zindagi ki" was also written by Piyush Pandey. And what we need to remember is that he was a Padma Shri awardee. He was given the award Padma Shri in year 2016. Now moving on to the next category, third category for today's class, places. Question 1 from places is, In which state has Shaurya 1 been inaugurated by Union Minister Rajnath Singh? So a new landmark of national pride, Shaurya 1 has been inaugurated by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. So this Shaurya 1 is a very unique, distinctive kind of botanical garden that has cacti, a lot of varieties of cactus and other plants. And this being built in Jaisalmer, which has a very hard, dry soil, which is not really suitable for growing any kind of plants, developing a whole botanical garden of this grandeur definitely shows Indian Army's commitment to ecological preservation and also innovation. This Shaurya 1 has really transformed the Thar Desert, the very arid, dry region of Thar Desert, into a vibrant oasis. More than just the collection of plants, this garden is a living monument. It intertwines the themes of adaptability and environmental stewardship by Indian Army. Students, you should be aware of its location, inauguration details, and the purpose, as it really highlights the government's effort to promote patriotism and honor the armed forces. How does it honor the armed forces? It is located very near to the Indo-Pak War Museum of 1971. And when we are talking of Shaurya 1, I want to remind you of another such site, Shaurya Sthal. Shaurya Sthal, that is located in Uttarakhand, Dehradun. So Shaurya Sthal is located in Dehradun, Uttarakhand, and Shaurya 1 is located in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. Now, question number 2 is, which is the first city in India to launch a real-time flood forecasting system? So the first city to have this system is Chennai, the capital of Tamil Nadu. So students, Chennai is the first city to get the real-time flood forecasting and spatial decision support system. You must be wondering, what is this system? This system is a smart technology, high-tech weather and water monitoring system for a city, which will help the city's management to prevent disaster which are related to flood from happening. The major river basins that this system will be monitoring around Chennai are Adyar, Kuam, Kosa Kathaliyar and Kovalam. So what will this system do? This system will act like an immediate alarm and map for the floods. It will help the city to know when the floods will happen, in which area will it be happen, and it will be monitoring the city up to the street levels. Also, as I told you, it will be monitoring the river basins. So when it is monitoring the river basins and streets of the cities, it will give a very accurate idea about the floods and the water levels, that how high the water will get, so the administration will be able to take quick action to save the lives and property in Chennai. Moving on to third question, where has the third production line of fighter jet Tejas LCA Mark 1A been inaugurated by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh? So the production of Tejas light combat aircraft is a crucial topic for your exams, especially for the exams that cover defense and current affairs section. The Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, is the principal partner and the lead integrator for Tejas aircraft production. So the third production line, where has this been inaugurated? It is inaugurated in Nasik, Maharashtra. So to meet the growing demand, Indian Air Force is increasing the demand. So to cover up that demand created by Indian Air Force for Tejas aircrafts, a new production line is being set up, which is the third production line for developing for Tejas LCA. It is being built up in Nasik, Maharashtra. It is India HAL's significant move towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, also the self-reliant India in defense sector, as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is outsourcing a large portion of Tejas component to private Indian small companies. The major components of aircraft like wings and tails are being manufactured by private players of India, private companies of India, and then they are supplied to Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for the final assembly. So everything is being made in India only. And moving on to the next question, number 4. Where has the Indian Army Commanders meeting been organized? So a meeting of senior leadership of Indian Army was organized in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. The conference that was chaired by senior army leadership was attended by Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan, Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi, along with all other army commanders. Now here, these are the questions that we are: who is the Chief of Defence Staff and Chief of Army Staff? We have discussed in previous classes. You need to remember the names: the Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan; Chief of Army Staff, General Upendra Dwivedi. And now what more I want you to know about Jaisalmer is that Jaisalmer is also known as the Golden City. It also has the India's only live fort. The fort that's there in Jaisalmer, there are still people living there. It is India's only live fort that is left. Now, this conference was followed by the visit to areas like Tanaut Mata Mandir and Longewala battlefield, which are the major sites of 1971 battle between India and Pakistan. So, what is the significance of holding the meeting in Jaisalmer? As you can see here, Jaisalmer lies very close to the western border of India. So holding this conference there in Jaisalmer sends a strong message of readiness and vigilance regarding the national security. Also, this conference allowed the senior military leaders to be physically present in the critical operational area that is very close to the border. Now, moving on to the last question from places. The fifth question is, where has India's highest air base been built? So, India's highest air base is being built in Ladakh. So, India's highest air base, which is located at an altitude of approximately 13,700 feet, or you can say 4,175 meters, that is more than 4 kilometers of altitude, is being built in Neoma, Ladakh, which is in the eastern Ladakh, and it lies in close proximity to line of actual control, the border between India and China. That's all from places. Now we move on to the next category, which is awards. And the question number 1 is, who has received the British Academy Book Prize 2025 for the book Burning Earth? And the winner for this award, the British Academy Book Prize, is Sunil Amrit. Sunil Amrit is an Indian origin historian who won the British Academy Book Prize. The British Academy Book Prize, students, is given for non-fiction book. By non-fiction book, we mean the book that is not a story but is based on the facts. So, Sunil Amrit has written the book Burning Earth, which gives us an insight of global history, different cultures, and how societies work around the world. So, author of the book Burning Earth, Sunil Amrit, received the British Academy Book Prize 2025 in non-fiction. Who has been posthumously honored with India's highest scientific honor? What is India's highest scientific honor? It is the Vigyan Ratna Award. And the winner for Vigyan Ratna Award is the physicist Jayant Vishnu Narlikar. Jayant Vishnu Narlikar received the Vigyan Ratna Award for his work that challenged the Big Bang theory. So the Big Bang theory is how the astronomers explain how the universe began. Big Bang theory says that universe started from a single point and then there was a big explosion. So the universe is still expanding, and Jayant Vishnu Narlikar won the Vigyan Ratna Award for challenging this theory. And the last award is the Golden Boot Award. Which player has been honored with the Golden Boot for the year 2025? So the Golden Boot Award is given to top goal scorer in a particular league or tournament. So the recent Golden Boot Award was given for Inter Miami, and the award was given to Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, the Argentinian football player, won the Golden Boot for Inter Miami. He is the player who currently holds the distinction of being their all-time leading scorer. So that makes him definitely the Golden Boot winner for overall goals. He scored 29 goals and helped with scoring 19 goals when he was playing for Inter Miami football tournament. And the next category is of books. So the first book we are going to discuss is who's the author of a recently launched book named Modi's Mission. The author of the book named Modi's Mission is Burgess Desai. Why is this book very important? It was important because at the launch ceremony of this book, it was launched in Maharashtra, and at the launch ceremony, the governor of Maharashtra, the chief minister of Maharashtra, and also the deputy chief minister of Maharashtra were present. So, Modi's Mission, written by Burgess Desai, launched by governor, chief minister, and the deputy chief minister of Maharashtra at the Raj Bhavan in Maharashtra. And this book tells you about the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's journey from his childhood to becoming the Prime Minister of India, and his struggles, what struggles he faced in his childhood and later on stages till he became the Prime Minister of India. So, who's the author of the recently released book titled Civil Military Fusion as a Metric of National Power and Comprehensive Security? And the author of the book is Lieutenant General Raj Shukla, who's retired Lieutenant General now. And this book is very important because it was released by the Defense Minister of India, Rajnath Singh. And its launch venue is also equally important. It was launched at United Service Institution of India, New Delhi, by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, and author of the book Civil Military Fusion is Lieutenant General Raj Shukla. And the third book that was launched in this week is The Brahmastra Unleashed. So who has written the recently discussed book titled The Brahmastra Unleashed, and the author of the book is D. Shivanandan. This book is written about Indian mythological stories, the mythological stories and the modern strategic thinking. The author has tried to correlate the two. So these are the three books from last week. Now we move on to the next category, which is defense. And the first question from defense is, the Indian Navy conducted the GMEX 2025 maritime exercise with which country? So GMEX is Japan-India maritime exercise. So obviously it was between India and Japan. Where was it conducted? It was conducted in Yokosuka, Japan. From India, it was INS Sahadri, and from Japan, it was JS Asahi, their destroyer ship that took part, and JS Omi, the supply ship that participated. So GEMEX is a joint naval exercise between Indian Navy and Japan Maritime Self-Defense Forces. As all other exercises, as I have told you many times, the main purpose is to enhance the interoperability and cooperation between the two navies by understanding each other's submarines warfare and the missile defense drills. And second question from defense is, where did India and European Union conduct their first joint counter-terrorism exercise that was focused on drones? It was the first joint counter-terrorism exercise between India and European Union, and it was conducted in the Gurugram region in Haryana. In this exercise, both India and European Union tried to understand and figure out to protect critical infrastructure and their sensitive targets from the terrorism threats which are posed by unmanned aerial systems or the drones. And the third question is, what is the first anti-submarine shallow water craft built by CSL Kochi to be inducted in Indian Navy? And the first anti-submarine shallow watercraft built by Cochin Shipyard Limited is Mahi. And it is named after the port from Puducherry, which is this port, the Puducherry Union Territory. Naming it after them is a symbol of India's rich cultural maritime heritage. So students, Mahe has been designed and constructed by Cochin Shipyard Limited, and it is Indian Navy's first anti-submarine shallow water craft. So the first question from Science and Technology is, which country has developed the first indigenous antibiotic nephromycin? And nephromycin has been developed by India. Nephromycin is the antibiotic that has been developed by the Vocard Limited in collaboration with the support of BIAC. So Vocard Limited and BIRAC have together developed nephromycin in India. Now, what is nephithromycin? Nephithromycin is the antibiotic that works on infections that are caused by antibiotic resistant bacteria, and it is a very strong drug, so it is used for patients with cancer and those who have had a history of long uncontrolled diabetes, as these patients have lower immunities, so they need heavier dosages of drugs. Second question from Science and Technology. Government of India, in collaboration with which country, has launched the Ramanujan Research Fellowship for Young Indians? So this fellowship to honor the mathematician Ramanujan is being awarded in collaboration with UK, and the Ramanujan Research Fellowship honors the friendship of India's famous mathematician Ramanujan with G.H. Hardy, who was from UK. Why is this fellowship important? This fellowship is very important as it provides Indian young physicists and students or mathematicians to conduct their research at London Institute of Mathematical Sciences in London. It gives an international platform and partnership to Indian students and physicists. And the last question from Science and Technology is, in which year has ISRO announced the launch of India's first human space flight mission, Gaganyaan? So India has announced the launch of Gaganyaan, India's first human space flight mission, in the year 2027. That's the target year by ISRO. And before that, ISRO will be launching a test mission by the end of the current year 2025, wherein they will be sending a robot named Vyom-Mitra in the aircraft. This will be an unmanned mission wherein a robot will be traveling in the spacecraft. And the future plans after Gaganyaan, what ISRO plans to do is, ISRO has set a target to land the Indians on moon by the year 2040. By 2040, ISRO plans to land Indians on moon after the India's first unmanned flight mission, Gaganyaan, for which the target year has been set as 2027 by ISRO. Now we move on to the last category for today's class, and the first question in miscellaneous category is, which state has topped the mineral rich category in India's first state mining readiness index? So Ministry of Mines in India have issued their first SMRI index, that is State Mining Readiness Index. It is a tool for Government of India to evaluate and rank states based on their capacity to manage and develop their known coal mining reserves. So the first rank is Madhya Pradesh. So under the SMRI framework, Ministry of Mines has divided the states into three categories, namely A, B, C. The A category is the states which are mineral rich states. B category is the states with medium mineral resources, and C category is the states that have limited mineral resources. So the first position in category A, mineral rich states, is Madhya Pradesh, and in category B it is Goa. With medium mineral resources, and states with limited resources, the first position is held by Punjab. So under this SMRI framework, the Ministry of Mines assesses the states based on how well the states can perform in auctioning their known coal mining areas and starting up of the new mines, finding new reserves, and also following the eco-friendly rules, like mining has to be done in the sustainable ways. All the process has to be done in sustainable ways. Now moving on to second question. What rank has India's GIFT City got in Global Financial Centers Index? So India has secured the ninth position globally. So students, India's GIFT City. What does GIFT City stand for? Gujarat International Financial Tech City. So GIFT City has got the 43rd rank. The 43rd rank in Global Financial Centers Index. GIFT City is India's only international financial services center that has moved up to 43rd position in the Global Financial Centers Index. Now moving on to third question. What rank has India got globally in FAO's Global Forest Resource Assessment? So India has secured the ninth position globally in terms of total forest area as per the Global Forest Resources Assessment, the report that has been released by FAO. And FAO, what is FAO? Food and Agriculture Organization. This is the improvement in total forest area. From last time India hold the 10th position. This time India is one rank up in the total forest area. In year 2025, India holds the 9th position. Here I want you to know one more thing. In terms of annual net forest area gain, the forest area gain, not the total forest area, the total for the total forest area, India's rank is 9th, and for the net forest area gain, India's rank is 3rd. That's about the forest in India. Now we move on to the next question. What is the name of fourth research station to be built by India in Antarctica? And the name of fourth station is Maitri second. So Indian government has approved 2,150 crore rupees to develop the fourth research station in Antarctica, which is named Maitri second. And what was the first, second and third research stations named as? The first research station in Antarctica by India was named as Dakshin Gangotri. This has now been decommissioned. It is not working. And the second station that was developed was Maitri in the year 1989. So now it is India's oldest research station that is working. Oldest research station which is still working in Antarctica. And the third station was named as Bharti. It was launched in 2012. And the fourth research station, which is important for your current affairs, is Maitri second, which will be ready by the year 2032. And the fifth question is, where has the third meeting of the India and Central Asian Security Council been held? The third meeting of India and Central Asian Security Council to counter the terrorism is taking place in Bishkek. And the last question for today's class is, India's first cooperative taxi service has been launched. What is its name? So name of India's first cooperative taxi service is Bharat Taxi. So students, remember here the names are going to be very confusing in the options. It's Bharat Joro Taxi, it's Bharat Taxi, is it Express Taxi or is it City Taxi? So they all sound familiar. That is why I keep repeating the answer 2 to 3 times with you so that there is no confusion when you sit to solve your paper, as most of the competitive exams these days are having negative marking. So you cannot be confused about your answer. You have to be sure of what you tick, what you fill up in your OMR sheet. So keep studying, keep doing your revision with us. The first cooperative taxi service launched in India is named Bharat Taxi. That's all for today. Best of luck. Keep studying. Take care.